We've changed over to the reinterpretation of Phillipsburg to tell the story of the enslaved community here rather than the owner's story, since the owners didn't really live here. It was the enslaved community that ran, worked, lived on this property. We stopped bringing folks through the front door because we know most people would not have come through the front door of this house. You've got to be of an equal status to Mr. Phillips to come through the front door. And who's that? Those are the 1%ers.
What did it really mean to be enslaved in New York at this point? What's the bottom line to defining a slave? Do you guys have that one-word answer as to what really defines a slave? Property, exactly. What it means to, and property is kind of an abstract concept for, I think, not only 7th and 8th graders, but for people in general, to really understand what it means to be property rather than person. Be Sam's father for a moment, or mother, and watch as your 8-year-old boy steps up on an auction and gets sold away from you. That's what it means to be property. It means having to wake up every morning of your life not knowing if you're going to see your children when you go to sleep that night. During the colonial era, freedom is pretty tough to find. We know slavery existed everywhere. There's no Underground Railroad, there's no North, we're in the North, there's no Canada that had freedom at this point. So running away often meant running to find family, more often than anything else. Freedom meant running into a city, perhaps, where you could blend in with the 20% population here in New York City, or running to find family or friends, or in this case, running as a family. We don't have all the answers to these ads, but they pose some really interesting questions.
Our African cultural connections are part of our American story, and we can't separate it. We just have to recognize it and embrace that this is the story of America coming from this place, and that it is a part of our culture. We just don't always see it.